beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Chargers. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. First play and a first pass for Cousins. And his first look is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw is Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Herbert operating from the red zone. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now it's Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Eckler will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Throwing, Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. 2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD, and you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the 27, Herbert. He's got Allen. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you say, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Xander Horvath taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. Now the try here for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 17, Cousins throwing the out route incomplete. That's Osborne. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. He was brought down by Michael Davis. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
It's Eckler again.
And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A shotgun snap for Herbert.
This is swung out to Eckler.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
12 yards there, first down Vikings.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Cousins now from the 50.
And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning.
From the 22, Cousins.
And this all incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
They needed a yard. They got it. First down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Cousins. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. They still can't get him. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph for Minnesota.
From the left hash, this from 34. The kick by Joseph is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room, maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
Joseph now to kick this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Charger drive about to get going. On 1st and 10, Herbert takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
From the 29, Herbert. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Second and 2.
Herbert. Throw right side, complete to Williams.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up.
More from L.A. in a moment.
The Charger drive about to get going. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
They need a stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this returnable for Rager.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Cousins gives way to Cook.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On second down, Cook. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Cousins from the gun on third. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Well, their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play, because you're exactly right. It isn't normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that. Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
Joseph now to kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Wide open, it's Allen, complete.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Caught left side, Williams. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Eckler, they run left side. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, it's Herbert. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. First down, here's Cousins. To the sideline, wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. To throw is Cousins. Pressure comes and down he goes.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Following the interception, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 27, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now a give running right, it's Cook. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook.
22 yards.
And the Vikings have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Herbert.
Open man downfield, it's Palmer.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
24 yards to gain there, another first down as well.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler.
89 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Here's Herbert. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to throw here, Herbert. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
They'd been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Eckler now between the tackles, and he'll be taken down here at about the 11. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Now it's Herbert. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Chargers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes this a 9-point game.
Let's do this, man. That's what I'm talking about. You ready to roll? Let's go, fellas. Nothing here. It's kicking me straight up, baby. Here we go.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
KJ Osborne, the one he was looking for.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins.
Finding Hockenson here on the out route.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
A 1st down throw for Cousins.
Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. And I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
To the air again, it's Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now Cousins. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Here's Cousins. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They started on the ground with Eckler.
He'll get this to about the 38.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Third and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. On the give, this is Eckler. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one.
Let's be smart. Let's go.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time, and let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.